So the realtor finally left. They go and tab on stuff here. But it took them about half hour, 45 minutes, something like that. But longer than the others I'm used to seeing, do. But yeah, who knows? Maybe the people were interested. We'll see. But no. After getting back up over here, from sitting down by the lake and all that, and take a couple pictures and stuff, like from the last vid, we're headed back, as in the dogs and I, and saw the car was still here, the realtor's car. So we, just drove by, sat at the market for, 5-10 minutes. Still hadn't finished. And we drove past the house and then up onto the mountain for a moment. Came back. Still here. Then went over to the to the market again. Sat there for another 10-15 minutes. And finally said, fuck it, just park down here. By not these neighbors, but the other neighbor, the next neighbor over's driveway, at the end of their driveway, and waited there. But it's like, damn, this is a bit of a long whatchamacallit, house showing. But dogs could see that there was a car here, and they saw it was a woman. And I'm recording this after I did the recording, and I did it. I ended up, I figured I was going to stop, but then she continued, so I pushed record again. And you'll get to see at the end of this, how the dog reacts. Narcissistic abuse does more damage than you think. It doesn't just affect the people that a narc ends up hurting. It affects the pets too. And because what they do is they're building a bond, not just with who the significant other thought they were, was their significant other and possible spouse, future spouse. They build a bond with not just the person, they build a bond with the animals and all that, and when they can just turn their back overnight, just like that. And more than once. Let alone separate animals without a problem that really should not be separated. That type of stuff. It turns into a big shit show for all of us at this point. And I don't think people realize, how this stuff actually really affects the lives involved. It's not just again, in my situation, it's not just me. It's affected the animals too. Because all it took for them was seeing a car and a woman. That's all it took. And so I am hoping, in all honesty, that this place is... I am hoping that this place is sold. By chance. Because... these dogs nor I need to keep living in the fucking memories here at all. Let alone keep coming back where for me it's a dark, empty house by myself all the time like it was before. Just don't get to see her that 1 hour a day type thing like it was prison. Like, here's your 1 hour to go out in the yard or whatever. But... They don't need this either. And I think once moved, they'll understand after that. And it's just not fair. All the way around. It's not fair. the fact that we were all used, because it wasn't just me when it comes down to it. She admitted that she used me and manipulated me this whole time. She therefore also used and manipulated our pets and everyone around us. It's obvious she did it to everyone around us because they think a bunch of bullshit. Not one bothers to even talk, asks anything. And the ones who do, they sit at like this because they want to act like they're listening to you, but they're already passed their judgment on bullshit because they don't want to believe anything you say. They're the types that no matter what you say, they're not going to believe you anyways. You can even show them video of it, they'll still deny it. So I just no. Hopefully this sells, and the only reason why I'm doing this vid is because of when getting home, you know, at Momo and Coda. Like I said, they saw a car in the driveway and a woman. So in their heads, from what they saw in their doggy minds, they immediately associated it to one person. So thank you for watching, and you're gonna hear those words and see this 2 more times. Have a good one. See, she thinks her mama's here because she saw a car here. It's because the house was being shown. Now I'm going to show you this. This is what narcissistic abuse does even to animals. They build a bond with the owner, and the owner just straight up abandons everybody and fucks them over. See? It doesn't just affect the owners. You know, I mean, not necessarily the owners. It doesn't just affect, like in this situation, it didn't just affect me. This is the effect of what happens when a bond is made in a relationship and they decide to treat us like we're nothing just overnight. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't just affect the people involved, it affects everybody involved, including the animals. See this? And I'm the one who's supposed to change. He's chill, but yeah, she's still looking. See? It's what happens when you throw people away when you're using triangulation and third parties and cheating and lying and all this shit. Like I said, it affects more than the person you're doing it to. Thanks for watching. Decided to go ahead and continue this because she's making me have her check every room. I hope Melissa's happy with herself. Sorry, Momo, she's not here. That was somebody else. That was a realtor lady. I said it affects more than just, like in my situation, it affected more than just me. Or the animals have been paying a price, and 2 of them lost their life during this situation and everything, just so that way she can get self-gratification, while in the process make me look like a piece of shit. So right now she's running through the house. Are you done, Momo? Are you done? Huh, girl? You done? Anyways, again, thanks for watching.